Hello, this is Games Are Things, and welcome to my video on the Peak Physical Strength trophy in Sekiro. To get this trophy, you'll need to collect all 40 prayer beads and make all 10 necklaces at the idol. The first prayer bead is actually the general at the beginning of Ashina Outskirts, right after all the dogs and before you meet the first giant person. The second bead is held by the Shinobi Hunter in Hirata Estate across the bridge. Now, this will require you to get the young lord's bell charm from the old lady after the general, but before the chained ogre. Prayer beads are unique to their location, so you can't kill Shinobi Hunter again in New Game Plus to get the second prayer bead. You will have to go to all 40 unique locations to get them. You can get them in new game cycles, however, so if you beat the game, just play it again and you'll be able to get all 40. The third prayer bead is held by the first chained ogre in Ashina Outskirts. You can use fire to temporarily stun him, but do be careful with grab attacks as they will very easily one-shot you. You can also use a gotcha sugar to get a stealth death blow at the beginning, so just eliminate that very first health bar. The fourth prayer bead is held by the second general right after the chained ogre. I would suggest trying to weed out the chaff around him before you fight him and maybe do a better job at it than I did. The fifth prayer bead is held by the first Juzou the Drunkard fight. Once again, I suggest use stealth to take out all the mobs around him before engaging him. And if you can, try to take out his first health bar before recruiting the nearby samurai to help you fight him, because that samurai dies really quickly. As mentioned before, not all prayer beads are from mini-bosses. In the mansion behind Juzou, hug the left wall till you find a scroll next to an item. Hug that scroll to activate the Shinobi door behind it, and you'll find a chest in the back room, and that holds your next bead. After killing Gyobu, head back across the battlefield and up into the tower behind him. Climb all the way to the top and you'll find another prayer bead in the chest. The 8th prayer bead will be dropped by the Blazing Bull. To make this fight a little bit easier, you can use Robert's firecrackers from the first memorial mob to bump up his posture, and you can also use the red gourd from the pot noble in Hirata Estate to give you increased fire resistance. From the idol, retrace your steps in the tutorial to get back to Kuro's tower. Guarding the entrance will be your first 7 spears boss. If you're able to get into the tower from the back way, you'll get a free stealth death blow on him. Do be careful fighting this guy, because after your Mikiri counters, he'll usually follow up with another attack rather than just be temporarily stunned, like most bosses. From the same idol, return to the well that you started the game in. Here you will fight your first Lone Shadow mini-boss. You can jump through the crack at the top to get an aerial stealth death blow to start the fight out with. You can purchase a prayer bead from the dungeon memorial mob for 1400 sen. The 12th prayer bead is dropped by a 3rd general at the top of the steps of Ashina Castle. I suggest going up the roofs on the right to get the drop on him. Also use your shuriken to take out the gunman first for an easier fight. From the idol, go right into the room with the samurai and his student looking over the map. At the back of the wall, in between the 2 suits of armor, will be another shinobi door, and behind that is a chest with another prayer bead. Making your way through the upper half of Ashina Castle, you will come to the dojo, where you will fight your first Ashina Elite boss. He almost exclusively does a double slash attack, which you will have to deflect both of those attacks. He also poises through pretty much all of your attacks, so this is really going to be a deflection-based mini-boss. The next prayer bead is dropped by a mandatory mini-boss, the Armored Warrior, in the Senpou Temple. You won't be able to actually hurt him, so you'll just have to get his posture bar up and then death blow him off the side of the bridge. I do feel bad for him though, because basically his son was Epstein by the monks. After Armored Warrior, make your way through Senpou to the main courtyard and then climb up onto the right roof. You will see a tower to your right and then climb down into that. Below, you will fight your first long-arm boss and will be surrounded by his babies, which you can just jump death for like the lizards. Do be ready because this is another deflection-based mini-boss. In the poison pool at the bottom of the bottomless pit is your first Snake Eyes mini-boss. I suggest trying to stealth around to her so you don't aggro the other enemies in the area because it can be really annoying. This is one strategy to take her out easily is to just get her into the poison pool and she'll slowly die of poison herself. You'll still have the death blower. Also, you can deflect her paralysis attack, so good luck. Right after Snake Eyes, look left and grapple into the hidden cave. After you crouch down, go left again to jump up the walls. And then at the top of the statue head, you will find yourself another prayer bead. In the hidden forest, go to the main area with the majority of the mist enemies. In the left corner, you'll be able to grapple up to a tree branch. Here, I suggest you use a Gotchin Sugar to stealthily take out all the monkeys in the area. After that, you will be able to fight the Glutton. He's literally just a copy and paste of Juzou the Drunkard, so same principles apply, just same lessons you learned from that fight, but there's no one to help you this time. The 20th prayer bead is dropped by Orin at the end of Mibu Village. This will be another deflection-based fight, however you can use Sabimaru to poison her and get a huge amount of posture damage. So congratulations, halfway there, 5 prayer necklace, 5 more to go. Right before the corrupted monk apparition is the priest's house. Crouch down to the right side of the steps to go underneath and use the shinobi door to get inside. Jump across the river, turn around, and grapple up to the attic. The prayer bead is on the altar at the top. At the bottom of the lake, next to Mibu Village, you will find a red chest with your next prayer bead. This will require the Mibu breathing technique from defeating the corrupted monk apparition. Now return to Senpou after the Armored Warrior. In the pool below, dive down and you will find a statue tucked away in a little cave. It will be holding another prayer bead. This will also require you to get the Mibu breathing technique from the corrupted monk apparition. At the first Sunken Valley idol, turn around and go past the 2 gunmen. You will eventually come to a plateau with multiple ziggurats. Your 24th prayer bead is next to one of those ziggurats. Across the chasm is your second Snake Eyes fight. Different character, same mini-boss. If she just happens to fall off the cliff like she did for me, you're not going to get your prayer bead. However, you can reset the idol to reset the area, she will respawn, and you'll get another chance. At the gun fort, you will fight a giraffe, your second long-arm fight. Different character, same mini-boss. In the gun fort, crouch down beneath the floorboards, and when you come to a T, turn left. Once there, grapple over to the right until you see 2 items, guarded by a bunch of baby long arms and poison lizards. One of those items is another prayer bead. After defeating the following 4 bosses, Genichiro, Folding Screen Monkeys, Corrupted Monk Apparition, and Guardian Ape, Ashina Castle will change, replacing the old mini-bosses with new ones, so make sure you kill the first ones before you get to this point. At the Ashina Dojo where you fought the first Ashina Elite, it will be replaced by another Lone Shadow fight. Be wary of his friend on the left. Below the Ashina Dojo, you can jump down to fight another chained ogre in the central part of the castle. If you're precise, you can also do an aerial stealth death blow on him to take out his first health bar. Return to the shrine idol that you used to access the Sunken Valley. There will be another Lone Shadow fight there. He uses Yashariku sugars, but instead of cutting his health, it just does posture damage, which he can heal off, so I guess he's hacking the game or something. But you can hug the outside right wall to get a stealth death blow on him at the beginning of the fight. The next 2 prayer beads are at the Headless Ape boss fight. Halfway through the fight, he will summon his mate. You'll have to kill both of them, first the mate, and then Headless Ape to get both prayer beads. If you kill Headless Ape first, his mate will just run away and you'll only get one of them. You can use firecrackers to do a lot of posture damage to his mate. Now this will give you your 8th prayer necklace, and this is the maximum number of prayer beads you can get before the Shura ending. If you want to get the remaining 8 prayer beads, you have to break the island code. The next 2 prayer beads require you to get the Father's Bell Charm. Right after you defeat Great Shinobi Owl, do these steps. Once you tell Kuro of the Immortal Severance scrap, eavesdrop on him until you hear him say, "Do what must be done." If you don't get that eavesdrop prompt, reset at the idol and try again. Now rest at the idol to reset the area. Go upstairs to talk to Emma and let her know that Kuro cannot die. Go back downstairs, rest at the idol, go back upstairs, and talk to Emma again. She will give you Tomoe's note. Warp to the old grave and talk to Emma again. Now go to the dilapidated temple. Go to the back wall and eavesdrop on Emma and the sculptor. Then talk to Emma and keep confronting her on what you overheard until she finally gives you the Father's Bell Charm. Using the Father's Bell Charm at the Buddha, you will be transported to an updated Hirata Estate where you first talked to Ao. But now he will be replaced by Lone Shadow Masanaga, who you fought at the Sunken Valley Shrine. This time, however, he will whistle to summon dogs. So either use your shuriken to disrupt his whistle, or your finger whistle to disorient his dog. Your next prayer bead is where you first fought Juzou the Drunkard, and it's held by Juzou the Drunkard again. This is basically a repeat fight, so very similar strategy, go around, take out the minions, then fight them. However, this time, lure away the Lone Shadow to de-aggro Juzou, kill the Lone Shadow, and then take on Juzou. At the bridge that the Great Carp breaks, turn around and grapple up to the rooftops on the right. Take out the 3 Okami warriors, and below you will be the Sakura Bull, which is like the Blazing Bull, but magic. If you're stealthy enough, you can stealth attack it, not for the kill though, just for a decent amount of health damage. Otherwise, this is just like the Blazing Bull fight, but magic. After the dance stage, grapple onto the Great Sakura and fight the Okami leader. You can use the shuriken to knock her out of the air, but otherwise this is a relatively easy fight. And this will be your 36th prayer bead and 9th prayer necklace. At the very bottom of the Fountainhead Lake, by the twin Headless and next to the Great Carp Corpse, is a red chest, which holds your next prayer bead. You can also use the purple gore to prevent terror buildup underwater. After you defeat the Divine Dragon, Ashina Castle and outskirts will change once again. At the bottom of the tower where you first formally meet Enshin will be another Ashina Elite boss, but this time with red eyes. Again, different character, same minions, although the red eyes make them scared of fire, so slightly different. Returning to Ashina Reservoir, you will find another 7 Spears mini-boss, this time with his personal general in tow. I like to blood smoke the nearby soldier to allow me to stealth death blow the general, so it's just me and the 7 Spears guy. Also be careful of the fire around the area, because if he pushes you into it, it's a lot of damage. Last prayer bead, where you fought the second general. After the first chained ogre in the Ashina outskirts, you will find the leader of the Red Guard. He is a Juzou clone, except this time he spits out fire instead of poison. Also, if you use the spear twice, you'll be able to strip him of his armor, so I guess slightly different. But anyway, this is your 40th prayer bead. Go to the idol, make your 10th necklace, peak physical strength. hey, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, you know, the usual stuff. But do let me know what it is I can improve on or what it is that you liked about the videos, and if you found them helpful, share them with your friends. But otherwise, have a good one.